Hello friends, welcome to my channel Selected Topics in Physics. Today I will explain one new instrument that is called Andeen-Hagerling Ultra Precision Capacitance Bridge. So it is mainly for measure the capacitance of a sample. So as you can see, this is the front panel of this instrument and its frequency range is 50 Hz to 20 kHz. Okay, and its model number is AH2700A. So in the rear panel I already connected to the power cable. So now I just switch it on this front panel switch. So now it started. So this is the initial display. As you can see, there are three display total. One is written digital, another one is frequency, and this is the test pass. Okay, and one LED is blinking, that is called calibration invalid. That means when you start the instrument, so it will take time to stabilize. Okay, so it will stop after some time, this blinking. After that you can start the measurement. Okay, so this is the capacitance. Unit is picofarad, and this loss you can measure in various units, that is called nanosiemens, dissipation or 10 delta, or series kilo ohm, giga ohm, or loss vector J picofarad. Okay, actually this instrument will measure the capacitance and loss in parallel mode, that is C and R in parallel. Okay, so if you want to measure this, if you want to change its like series capacitance and resistance, then you can choose the series kilo ohm unit. Otherwise you can choose nanosiemens or giga ohm or loss vector, whatever you want. And this, in this display you can see remote, macroactive, cal invalid, deviation mode and scan mode. So if you use a scan mode, that means if you want to use full frequency range, then you can, this LED will on. And if you want use this GPIB connection or serial RS232 connection, then remote option will on. And there are various display to set the frequency and to change the unit of this loss. And capacitor unit, that is always picofarad, and it can measure 10 to the power minus 18 farad, that means 1 autofarad. So that is the lowest capacitance value it can measure. So this instrument is that much precision, so that's why it's called ultra precision capacitance bridge. Okay, so now we will go to the rear panel and let's see what is there. As you can see, this is the rear panel of this instrument, and this is the power cable. So it is connected to the electrical circuit board, and this is the GPIB to USB connector from National Instrument. And this is the two terminal to measure the capacitance. One is high, another one is low. This red one is the high and this one is the low. And this is the sample switch. If you have many sample, then you can connect using one connection and then you can measure in a single run. And this is the analog output, and there is light is low, so it's difficult to see. And this you can see DC bias, this maximum plus minus 100, and this is the external trigger, that is plus minus 25 volt maximum. And this is the serial port. If you want to use, instead of GPIB to USB, you can use RS232 to the interface with computer and your instrument using some program like LabVIEW. Okay, there is nothing more. So if you want to apply bias, then you can use this DC bias, that means this one you can use like DC bias plus minus 100 max. This you can use to apply DC bias. Here what is happening, you cannot apply directly the bias voltage to the instrument, so you have to apply bias on that rear panel of this instrument, and then internally instrument will apply that same voltage to its lower terminal. Okay, So that's how you can apply bias on the sample, and you can measure its capacitance value. So now it's okay. You saw the rear panel. Now we will show you one measurement. Okay. So as you can see, this is one aluminum box. So here two sides there are two BNC. This one BNC, another one is BNC, and inside if you see there is a one capacitor is connected. Okay, so this capacitor value is 100 picofarad, as you can see. So this BNC is very special because that means inner connector, this inner connector and outer connector are not shorted. Okay, and one more thing, it's a general thing for BNC, and another thing is that this inner connector that is inside that connector and outer connector and this box, these three are separated by one insulator. Okay, so that means this box and this outer connector of this this outer connector is not sorted. Okay, so that means this inner, outer and this box all are separated. All are disconnected by electrical insulator. Okay, so it is a box. This aluminum box is made because to reduce the electrical noise. Okay, because it's very high precision instrument. So now I will connect this to BNC using the rear panel high and low terminal through its connector. So let's connect it. Yeah, now I connected this two connector in the two BNC, and see this cal invalid option is not blinking now. That means it stopped. That means instrument becomes stabilized and we can start the measurement. Okay, now we are coming to this computer. As you saw earlier, so this was connected by one GPIO to USB connector. So and I have written this program, so you can see how it is changing with frequency. So and this figure, this is the previous measurement, so don't worry about this. And so this is the frequency and this is the capacitor in picofarad, and here you can set this where your file will be saved, and this is the VISA resource. If I go to the here, okay, then if I refresh it, so as you can, it will take some time. So its instrument, I mean the GPIO address 28, that's why one instrument is connected, that's why 28 is coming. And if you want to use the serial port, then you can use this baud rate, parity, etc. And if you want to do some measurement in the average, it can measure maximum 8. So you can start from 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, and this is the maximum voltage. I gave 3. This can go till 15 volts. So that means if you want to do some capacitor measurement, you have to give some AC voltage, right? So this is the AC voltage RMS value that you are applying to the maximum on the sample. So you can give it maximum to 15 and minimum is the there is no minimum value. And if you give to the maximum 15 also, then instrument will decide and it will apply on the sample automatically. So if you apply 15 volts, that does not mean that it will apply on the sample the 15 volt. Okay, so it depends on you whether you will give 3 volt, 5 volt, 20 volt, 15 volt, etc. Okay, so let's give it a 15, and average I want to give it like 5, so I am reducing here, so 5. Okay, so now it's already selected this file where I want to save this data file. Okay, and here correspondingly I can see the graph. Okay, so now let's run the program. So everything is selected. Okay, now we can see, as you can see, this is the 100 picofarad. So it will change with this frequency. So and correspondingly you can see the instrument display. So accordingly it will change, and same thing we can see in the computer interface, that is on the computer screen. So no need to worry about this, and it will take some time. So it will go to this 50 Hz. So it started from 20 kilohertz and it will go to the 50 hertz. Okay, so now it's is the 240 hertz frequency. It's changing to 100 frequency, and automatically, accordingly it is changing in the graph. So as you can see, now it's 99, near 99.58 picofarad. So as you can see, applied voltage is at 2.1, although I applied here maximum voltage 15. So that means if you apply maximum 15, then instrument will apply accordingly whatever it needs to balance the breeze. Okay, so as you can see, if just for frequency changing, this applied voltage is also changing. Okay, and correspondingly you can see the loss and the capacitance value. So capacitance value in picofarad and loss value is in nanosiemens. Okay, so now it's in 60 hertz, so 80 hertz, so it will complete till this 50 hertz. So 3 more are there, that means then 60, maybe 70 is there. So because of 70 is there, so in the lower frequency it will take time to measure. In higher frequency it takes less time to measure. So now it's 70, it will go to the 60. So whenever it will take like busy. So after going to 50, so this is the last measurement. So after completed this measurement, it will show the ready. Okay, so waiting for some time, because 50 hertz is the largest time taking for this range, because it's the lowest frequency. Yes, now it's ready, that means its measurement is completed, and you can see the graph. So its graph, you can see it started from 99.4 to this 99.72. okay, so that means although its written is 100 picofarad, but actual value is changing with frequency. So but it's not changing in frequency much. So as it is in very magnified scale, it's plotted in full scale. That's how you can see there is a lot of changes. But if you see the value, it's not changing much. It's changing from 99.4 to 99.72. So it can measure very accurately in that frequency range. So that's how you can identify if there is a minute change in capacitance. Okay, so that's how it's doing its measurement. So now you saw how this instrument is working, and I showed about in programming also how this is measuring this from for capacitance in frequency range, full frequency range for this instrument is 50 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Okay, so now it's ready. Now we can start another measurement. So that's how it is. Okay, so thank you for watching this video.